As a 911 operator, I've heard some pretty strange and terrifying calls over my time, but there is one that still haunts me to this day. It happened about a year ago. It was a normal night shift for me, and I was answering calls as usual. I remember the clock on the wall ticking just past 1 a.m. when I received a call that sent chills down my spine. The voice on the other end of the line was a panicked and breathless voice. It was a woman, and she was whispering so softly that I had to strain to hear her. "Please, you have to help me," she said. "There's someone in my house." I immediately went into professional mode, trying to calm her down and get more information. First, I asked, "What's your address? Can you tell me where you are?" But the woman didn't seem to hear me. She kept whispering about someone being in her house and begging for help. "Ma'am, I understand that you're scared in this situation, but I need you to speak up a little bit. I can't help you if I don't know where you are." And then something strange happened. The woman stopped whispering and started to speak in a low, almost guttural voice that didn't sound human. I froze, my heart pounding in my chest. Was it a prank call or something? A joke being played by one of my co-workers, or maybe just some dumb kids? But as I listened, I realised that something was seriously wrong. The woman's voice had changed, and there was a strange noise in the background that sounded like growling. I quickly dispatched the police unit to the address. By this time, I was able to track the call and where it was coming from, but I couldn't shake the feeling that something was very wrong. I could hear the woman on the line still whispering in that strange voice, and I felt like I was losing my mind. Minutes later, the police arrived at the address, and I listened in on the radio transmission, waiting for any news or an update. But what I heard made me feel even more unnerved. The officers had found the woman, but she was dead. Her body was lying on the floor, and there were signs of a struggle. I felt sick to my stomach, wondering how I'd missed the signs, that this was a real emergency. Was there something I could have done to save her? As the investigation unfolded, it became clear that the woman had been attacked by something or someone, and they were never caught. The autopsy revealed a strange mark on her body that couldn't be pinned down to one single cause. I couldn't sleep for days after that call. Every time I closed my eyes, I could hear the woman's voice whispering in that low and guttural tone. I started to feel like I was losing my mind, like the trauma of that call had broken something inside of me. It took months of therapy and counselling before I was even able to return to work, and even then, I was never quite the same. I became hypervigilant, always listening for that strange noise or that voice. To this day, I still don't know what happened to that woman, or who or what was responsible for her death. But that call will stay with me for the rest of my life.